Hi everybody, and welcome to the Self-Help FAQ YouTube channel. I'm Barbie, your host, and this is the final video in the series on building your personal independence. And you've worked on many things this month. First of all, you worked on building your self-awareness, and then you built your boundaries, set boundaries, and then you owned your choices this month. Now it's time to bring it all together with self-reliance, which is the key to thriving on your own terms. It's about trusting yourself to handle life's challenges and using the tools you've developed all this month. Personal independence is deeply tied to self-reliance. While independence can mean freedom from external control, self-reliance is what makes that freedom sustainable. A person can gain independence from a job, a relationship, or societal expectations. But without the inner confidence and resourcefulness, you can quickly fall into another form of dependence. Self-reliance ensures that one's independence is not just situational, but internal. It's the difference between being free and feeling free. When building self-reliance, you can approach it from these 3 simple steps. First, build a problem-solving mindset. So if you want to build on week 3's owning your choices, you can say that now that you're making bold decisions, practice solving problems solo. For instance, break challenges into small steps. If you're overwhelmed with a project, list one action to start. You can journal, write about a problem you solved alone this week and how it felt. That's how you can get started on number 1. Number 2, develop resourcefulness. So in week 2, when you're building your boundaries, you know that boundaries protect your energy. Resourcefulness ensures you don't rely on others to fill the gaps. So in this way, you can start learning versatile skills like cooking, do-it-yourself home fixes, or using free tools online. We'll go more into detail on that soon. And number 3, trust your inner voice, which is helping you build self-confidence. So in week 1, self-awareness helped you know yourself, and now you have to trust that inner voice to guide you. So let's talk about this a little bit further. Okay, first let's talk about some things that might stop people from becoming self-reliant, and then I'm going to focus on probably 3 of them, how you can try to build or get past that barrier. So first off, I have fear of failure, making mistakes. So this fear of doing something wrong can paralyze action. People worry about embarrassment, consequences, or wasting time. For example, someone avoids handling their own finances because they're afraid of making a costly mistake. The shift that you can make here is that to remember that mistakes aren't final, they're feedback. Each one teaches a better way forward, and we covered this in a previous video. Secondly, people become too dependent on others. This holds people back. Relying on others to make decisions or offer constant support prevents confidence from developing. For example, a person might always ask friends what to do rather than trusting their own gut. So to make a shift in that, you have to practice making small solo choices, because independence grows in layers, and we're going to get more into that. We're going to do an exercise in that. Thirdly, lack of knowledge or practical skills can be a barrier. So without life skills like cooking, planning, budgeting, or critical thinking, people feel helpless. For example, someone raised in a controlled or overly structured environment might not know how to navigate basic challenges. So to make a shift in that, start learning one skill at a time. Small wins build long-term capability. we are also going to talk about that. And number 4, lack of money or access to resources. Financial insecurity can limit opportunities to do things like move out, learn new things, or take an initiative. For example, a person might dream of leaving a toxic job or relationship, but stay stuck due to lack of funds. So to make a shift in that area, begin with free or low-cost tools, which we will talk about. Resourcefulness often outweighs resources, and money can be built when you start small and stay determined. And the last one, lack of self-confidence. You have self-doubt or learned helplessness. So past failures, criticism, or overparenting can condition you to believe that you can't succeed on your own. So you might say, I'm just not good at that, and you give up before even trying. To make a shift, you have to rebuild trust in yourself through action. Confidence comes from doing, not just thinking. Practice makes perfect. So if you really want to become self-reliant, but you don't have a lot of money, you don't have to have a lot of money to get started. There's a lot of free or affordable options out there to learn, not only how to make more money, but to get knowledge, to do things for yourself. Let me show you a few of the things I found for free online that can help. First, we have the Every Dollar budgeting app, where they say it's the easy-to-use, zero-based budgeting app that helps you keep tabs on your money at a glance, anytime, anywhere. And there's a free account there. There's also another one called Mint. For low-cost tools, there's YNAB, You Need a Budget, and they offer a free trial. I'll link to that below. Next, we have the ever-famous and most turned to website for learning how to make money online is YouTube. YouTube has thousands and thousands and thousands of videos that you can turn to learn how to make money, how to cook, how to problem solve. So like right here, I landed on some how to make money videos on YouTube. Think Media is one of the biggest ones around. And you can just scroll through and see there are so many people offering the advice. But you have to look for reviews to find out who's a scammer and who's not on here. I know I've listened to Think Media a lot right here, and they even give you a free book. So I think they're pretty good to go by. Also, you could turn to some places that actually have courses, like Khan Academy, teaching math, science, and personal finance. There's also Coursera, which is spelled Courcera, and edX, which have free to audit college courses. Some low-cost courses would be Udemy, which is Udemy, and Skillshare. Courses are often on sale for $10 to $20. Okay, for mental health, we have instanttimer.com. How can we help you? You can click on sleeping better, reducing stress or anxiety, meditation, spirituality, or something else. Other free resources would be daily journaling prompts, which you can find online, and Stoic and CBT-based worksheets, cognitive behavioral therapy. So you search therapist blogs and look for PDFs for that. Let's see, then you've got meal planning and home life. I came up with forksoverknives.com, where you can get some free recipes. and meal planning. You can also get free recipes and meal planning from sites like BudgetBytes, and Bytes is spelled B-Y-T-E-S, and Tasty. You can get free gardening how-tos from YouTube and cooperative extension websites. And you can get healthy living apps from Yuka or Yuka, I'm not sure how to, I think it's Yuka, Y-U-K-A, which is a food and product scanner. Now, if you're in a creative business, free tool could be Canva for graphic design. And you can also work with Google Docs, Sheets, and Drive for documents and organization. You can use Substack for email newsletters. And don't forget good old ChatGPT, free for idea generation and planning. And some free website builders would be like WordPress.com, not to be confused with WordPress.org, which you do have to pay for. So self-reliance doesn't mean having all the answers. It means being willing to look for them. These tools help you take the first steps without waiting for perfect conditions. So one of the key points about being self-reliant is to learn how to become resourceful. And so it means thinking creatively, staying calm in a crisis, knowing where to turn for help or answers, and being willing to solve problems even without a clear roadmap. So I want to show you some scenarios I came up with to see if you can try testing yourself with these, see what you might come up with in these situations. So here we go. For each one of these scenarios, reflect and write your response in this way. What would you actually do in each situation? What tools, people, or strategies would you turn to? And how confident do you feel about solving this? Like rate it 1 to 10. 1 being the worst and 10 being the best at solving it. How confident do you feel? So first of all, number 1, what would you do if your phone suddenly died and you were in an unfamiliar city without GPS or your contact list? Could you find your way back, ask for help, or come up with a backup plan on the spot? Think about that. And number 2, what would you do if you lost your job unexpectedly and had no immediate income? How would you assess your skills? How would you network? Would you create temporary income source, and how so? Would you stay calm and be proactive? All right, scenario number 3. What would you do if you had to give a presentation, but your notes and slides were accidentally deleted minutes before it started? Would you panic, or would you rely on your knowledge, your skill maybe to improvise and connect with the audience to deliver something meaningful? Number 4, what would you do if someone you cared about came to you in crisis but you didn't have the answers they were looking for? Could you help them by asking the right questions? Could you guide them towards solutions? Would you know where to send them for support? Number 5, what would you do if your plan for the day completely fell apart? Appointments got canceled, maybe the power was out, and your to-do list suddenly became useless? Could you pivot, adapt, or make productive use of the new situation without getting derailed emotionally? So take a few minutes with each of these. There's no right answers. It's about discovering how you think, how you adapt, and where you might grow in your self-reliance journey. And then revisit these later and see if your answers change as your confidence and experience grow. If you have answers to any of these questions, I should have been rolling it up for you. If you have answers to any of these questions that you want to share in the comments below the video, I'd love to see them. Here's the rest of them. I wasn't paying too much attention there. But anyway, yes, let me know in the comments what you might do in any one of these situations. Okay, I wonder how you did on those. Love to know. Now I want to help you a little bit to become a little bit more confident in becoming self-reliant. I jotted a few things down to help you out, like a little checklist and some journaling questions to end the video. Think about one small problem you handled by yourself today. Did you fix something? Did you look up a solution to something? And if you want, you can let me know about that. One thing I like to do is jot down my strengths. So jot down a few of your strengths and put that up somewhere where you can see it. And that helps build confidence to see, you know, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. And that helps build your confidence. Watch how you talk to yourself. Replace your self-doubt with curiosity. Like, say to yourself, how can I figure this one out, this one problem? How can I do it myself? And see what you come up with for solutions. Try something new to prove to yourself that you're capable of learning. Okay, and now here are a few journal prompts you might want to try. What's something I did today? What did I accomplish today that nobody helped me with? I did it myself. And how did it feel to do that? What's one skill you've developed recently? And how did it make you help you grow? Is there something that you learned maybe a year ago that you're very proud of that you learned today? What's one fear you've overcome recently by taking action? What can I do tomorrow to feel more confident about my choices today? So that's it for this video on self-reliance. I hope that you've come full circle this month with everything that you've been working on. And if there's anything more that you want to know about to go deeper into that I covered in this video, let me know. Whether it could be anything. It could be how to make money online. It can be on becoming more confident, exuding more self-confidence, how to speak in front of a camera, which I'm actually still learning. It's better when I talk off the top of my head rather than reading a script. I know that for sure. So hopefully I can do that a little bit more. Almost anything in self-improvement that you want to know more about that can be a little bit covered in some of my videos, but you want to go more deeper into that, let me know. And thanks a lot for joining me all month on building personal independence. Next Sunday, I think I'll be doing plans for August for a video because I have some other things I need to attend to, and I'll probably talk more personally about that. Thanks a lot for joining me. Check out all the links in the description below. Join my Patreon. I'm going to be building that up pretty soon. And I hope to see you next time on Self-Help FAQ. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.